The Z Fold 3 has received mixed reviews since it first debuted back in August of 2021. And with the next iteration of Z Fold literally right around the corner, I wanted to get back into the Z Fold 3 10 months later to see, do we still feel the same way or have our thoughts changed over the many months? Today's video is being brought to you in partnership with Epidemic Sound. If you create any type of online content video and you use music in that video, you need Epidemic Sound. Link down in the description below. Save yourself with the 30-day free trial. Now, with foldable phones being so new to the market, there's bound to be some issues, right? But were the issues we had since day one still an issue today? Let's talk about it. The Crease. Everyone assumes that at first glance that the Crease is absolutely unlivable, but in many settings and angles, the Crease is non-existent. Now, if you go looking for it, you'll find it. But if you focus on just enjoying the experience of the Z Fold 3, you just might enjoy the Z Fold. Durability. This is probably the #1 concern many people think about when you consider a foldable device. I mean, since when does glass bend and not break? Well, it does on the Z Fold 3. Have Z Fold 3s malfunction? Absolutely. But it's been nothing abnormal. I've seen people post screen issues, but I haven't seen a ton of them. And for the majority, I see people able to be as rough, as catty about their Z Fold 3 as I'm being right now without issues. Needless to say, this phone is durable and can stand the test of time. Also, you should treat it like it costs $2,000. Even if you don't pay the full $2,000 up front, if you pay monthly payments, or if you got a ridiculous amount off with a Samsung trade-in. The cameras. Now, I'm a bit of a camera snob, so I'll just say this. Yes, you can get decent photos and results with the Z Fold 3 cameras, but not in all situations and not as consistent as other flagship devices. So, as I was able to give immunity in other areas, the camera is just not one of those areas. Now, the Z Fold 3 is probably the best experience from a design standpoint for taking photos. Being able to record yourself or take selfie photos using the best camera on the device while being able to see yourself in a screen is clutch. By far, there's your immunity in the area of cameras. The reason why I give the camera such gripe is I just don't like their natural choices in shots. Now, if you can go into a pro mode on Samsung cameras, you can avoid those natural tendencies that the auto camera mode just tends to do. Also, it's not calibrated for everyone's skin tone, which I would love to see Samsung do in their future iterations of the Z Fold and Galaxy Ultras and whatever else you guys decide to release, Samsung. Now, battery life is definitely the most controversial topic of the Z Fold 3 is battery. But before we get into the bickering, the back and forth, and the outright slander of the battery, I have to tell you about today's video partner, which is Epidemic Sound. It's no question that I rock with Epidemic Sound. Been using them since early in my YouTube career, and if you don't understand what Epidemic Sound is, I'll tell you. It's as simple as this. If you upload video, I don't care if you TikToking, I don't care if you tweeting, I don't care if you IGing, Facebooking, or YouTubing. You need to have proper permission to use the audio and sound effects that you like to add to your videos, especially if you choose to monetize them. If you want to monetize your videos and your content and keep your monetization, then you need Epidemic Sound, because it's as simple as this. They've taken care of all of that copyright jargon and copyright permissions and things like that for you. Simply, they give you a massive library of songs, instrumentals, sound effects, Foley art, all of the things that you could possibly need for personal use, and they have commercial plans so that you don't have to ever stress copyrights, DMCA takedowns, or anything of that matter. You keep all of your monetizations, you keep your channels, you get to upload on social media stress-free. Now back to this Z Fold 3 and the controversial battery. So why is it that battery is always the controversial topic when we start discussing flagship smartphones. Every single flagship smartphone seems to have a back and forth around battery except the iPhone 13 Pro Max, all pun intended. But really though, why is everyone's experience with battery so different on the Z Fold 3? It's a simple answer. The user. It's you. I mean, yes, Samsung too, and we'll get more into that later, but let's talk about you. How many terrible optimized battery sucking apps do you own? Happens a lot on Android. How many hours of high usage are you putting on your flagship smartphone? Is your ringer on? What type of brightness do you use? Is your wallpaper dark mode or light mode? Screen resolution. Do you game? So do you get the point? Now on Samsung's end, they have to consider and accommodate every user from light to heavy user in terms of battery. So what can you do? Optimize, optimize, and optimize. Also, you might want to consider closing the loop on your ecosystem, but then I guess you'll just be another Apple. But it's not like they're not tiptoeing already down that path, but I digress. The point is, can phenomenal battery life happen? And the answer is yes. We saw it plain and clear within the iPhone 13 Pro Max, but at what cost? Because the freedom that's given on a Samsung device is what Samsung users love, but it can also come at the cost of battery. My conclusion, the Z Fold 3 was by far the best foldable phone to date, and I look forward to any improvements, many improvements, that Samsung can make to this phone to put it ahead of the rest, as I do believe that foldable phones are the future, but the future is the future and we are in the now. Now, 2/3 of the way into these 72 days, I actually switched from the Z Fold 3. Instantly determining that that was a mistake, I returned to the Z Fold 3 and now we are here. All right, let's get the cons out of the way. No micro SD card storage, no S Pen storage, no Galaxy S21 Ultra Caliber camera array, and it's not the best battery life, just being honest. But after you get past these few cons, you will unfold the experience of the Z Fold 3. Hands down the most innovative phone of 2021 and a strong contender for the smartphone of the year, in my opinion, for me personally.